Hi all, in this session we are going to learn about CSMA/CD and CSMA/CA techniques. The first one is CSMA/CD, that is carrier sense multiple access with collision detection, and the second one is carrier sense multiple access with collision avoidance. Let's learn these methods in detail. The first one, which is CSMA/CD, that is carrier sense multiple access with collision detection, is a media access control method that was widely used in Ethernet technology or LANs. As we all know that in Ethernet technology, all the computers or nodes are connected by coaxial cables using shared bus topology. So there is only a single shared line and all the nodes are connected to that particular system. So whenever two nodes are sending the data or transmitting the data at the same time, then there is a probability that the collision may occur. For example, if station A is sending a data to station B and the station B is sending data at the same time, then these two data will collide each other and the data will be corrupted. So problem arises when more than one station transmits the data at the moment. In this case, there will be collisions in the data from different stations. CSMA/CD is one such technique where different stations that follow this protocol agree on some terms and collision detection measures for effective transmission. This protocol decides which station will transmit when so that data reaches the destination without corruption. So consider the situation where station A wants to send a data to station B. Then what it will do is the station A will check the line, and if the communication line is idle, then it will transmit the message. Otherwise, it will not transmit. So there is a concept called vulnerable time. It is the propagation time TP. That is the time needed for a signal to propagate from sender to the receiver or from one end of the medium to the other end of the medium. Consider the scenario where station A wants to transmit a data to station B and station B also wants to transmit a signal to station A. When station A is taking the communication line, it looks idle, and if at the same time if station B checks the communication line, it also looks idle. So what will happen here is station A also starts transmitting the message and station B will also start transmitting the message at the same time, as it looks idle when it is checked by both the stations. In this case, collision will take place at the mid of this communication line, that is after 30 minutes the collision will happens and the collided data and the corrupted data will be traveling at both the ends. So the sender can understand that some collision has happened. So this is what is called as CSMA/CD, that is carrier sense multiple access with collision detection. Here the sender can identify that a collision is happened or the sender can detect that a collision is occurred. Next, let's understand the working of CSMA/CD. First, check if the sender is ready for transmitting the data packets. If the sender is ready, then check if the transmission link is idle. That is the communicating line is or the communicating medium is idle or not. For that purpose, sender has to keep on checking if the transmission link or medium is idle. For this, it continuously senses the transmission from other nodes or other computers. Sender sends dummy data on the link. If it does not receive any collision signal, this means that the link is idle at the moment. If it senses that the carrier is free, then there are no collisions. It sends the data, otherwise it refrains from sending the data. So if it sends the communication link is idle, then in step 3, it will transmit the data and check for collisions. As CSMA/CD does not use acknowledgement system, it checks for the successful and unsuccessful transmission through collision signals. During transmission, if collision signal is received by the node, transmission is stopped. The station then transmits a jam signal onto the link and waits for a random time interval before it resends the frame. After some random time, it again attempts to transfer the data and repeats the above process. If no collision was detected in propagation, then the sender completes its frame transmission and resets its counters. So the flowchart for this is shown here. First, the station listens for the activity. Activity means any transmission is occurring in the communication line or not. If it detects an activity, then it will wait for a finite amount of time. If there is no activity, then it will start transmitting the data. If a collision is detected, then it will stop transmitting and jams the communication, and then it will wait for a finite amount of time and then it will again start listening for any activity and the process is continued. If there is no collision detection, then the transmission is marked as completed. So this is how CSMA/CD is working. Next is persistent methods in CSMA. In carrier sense multiple access, there arises two questions. What should a station do if the channel is busy? What should a station do if the channel is idle? Three methods have been devised to answer these questions. One persistent method, non-persistent method, and P-persistent method. In one persistent CSMA, station continuously senses channel to check its state, that is whether it is idle or busy, so that it can transfer the data. In case if the channel is busy, station will wait for channel to become idle. When station finds an idle channel, it transmits frame to channel without any delay with a probability of 1. Due to probability 1, it is called as one persistent CSMA. The problem with this method is that there is a huge chance of collision, as two or more stations can find channel in idle state at the same time and they will transmit frames simultaneously. At the time when a collision occurs, station has to wait for a random time for channel to be idle and to start all again. So the flowchart for one persistent CSMA is, it will check for the channel condition. If the channel is busy, it will keep waiting till the channel becomes idle. If the channel becomes idle, then the station can transmit. The second one is P-persistent method. The P-persistent method is used if the channel has time slots with a slot duration equal to or greater than the maximum propagation time. The propagation time is the time taken by the message from the sender to reach the receiver side. In this method, after the station finds the line idle, it follows three steps. With a probability P, the station sends its first frame. With probability Q is equal to 1 minus P, the station waits for the beginning of the next time slot and checks the line again. If the line is still idle, it goes to step 1, that is again with a probability of P, the station will sense its next frame. If the line is busy, it acts as though a collision has occurred and uses the back-off procedure, that is it will retransmit the frame 1 again. The flowchart is shown here. The channel is checked. If the channel is busy, it will wait for the channel to become idle. If the channel is idle, then it will send the data with a probability of P. So the remaining probability to send the data is 1 minus P, which is Q, and it will wait for the next slot, and with a probability of 1 minus Q, it will check whether the channel is idle or not. If the channel is idle, then it will again transmit the next frame, that is it will go back to the first step. Otherwise, it assumes that a collision is occurred and it will retransmit the frame again. So this is how P-persistent method works. The next is non-persistent method. In non-persistent CSMA, the station that has frames to send only senses for the channel. In case of an idle channel, it will send the frames immediately to that channel. In case when the channel is found busy, it will wait for a fixed amount of time and again send for the state of the station to be idle or busy. This method reduces the chances of collision but reduces the efficiency of the network, as it will wait randomly for a long amount of time. So the workflow is shown in this flowchart. The channel will be checked. If it is idle, the station can transmit. If it is busy, then it will wait for a finite amount of time. After the finite amount of time, it will again check for the channel. If it is not idle, then it will again wait for another finite amount of time. But in between, there is a chance that this channel may become idle. So this time will be elapsed. That is why this method reduces the efficiency of the network. So randomly, it will check whether the channel is idle or not. At that random moment, if the channel is idle, then the station can transmit. Otherwise, it will wait for a finite amount of time. So this is how non-persistent method works. So in Ethernet, it is possible to detect the collision when it is occurred. But in wireless transmission, it is not possible to detect the collision easily. So there we have to use collision avoidance technique. That is what is called as CSMA-CA. Carrier sense multiple access with collision avoidance, which is a network protocol for carrier transmission that operates in the medium access control layer or the MAC layer. It is usually used in Wi-Fi, that is 802.11 standard. In contrast to CSMA/CD, that is carrier sense multiple access with collision detection, CSMA/CA deals with collisions before its occurrence, that is avoiding the collision. So what we'll do in CSMA/CA is it will follow an algorithm. When a frame is ready to transmit, the transmitting station checks whether the channel is idle or busy. If the channel is busy, the station waits until the channel becomes idle. If the channel is idle, the station waits for a fixed amount of time, which is called as interframe gap, and then sends the frame. After sending the frame, it sets a timer. The station then waits for an acknowledgement from the receiver. If it receives the acknowledgement before the expiry of the preset timer, then it will mark as a successful transmission. If the acknowledgement is not received before the timer expires, it will wait for a back off time period and restarts the algorithm. That is, it will retransmit the frame again. So this is how carrier sense multiplexers with collision avoidance is working. Thank you.